BJ from Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Eric Alvarado from Talon Strikes Games. We've got sort of a music theme episode here on Gumbo Live. He talked about one of his spicy hot games, a game called Villainous, and I want to talk about a game called RagnaRok Star. An interesting title, to say the least. A Viking game where, and Eric, we've seen how many Viking games? You've got a huge collection. How many Viking games do you own?
Yeah,
right?
a lot of them.
So it's not the traditional Viking game you're thinking. It's Vikings putting on a metal concert to try to win as many fans as they can and be the biggest hard rock band in Valhalla. Now, that's not a theme you have in your collection, right?
No, not at all. It's an interesting fuse. I remember seeing that come out. I was like, wow, look at that. That's crazy. Okay.
Now, I'll tell you this, unlike the Villainous pictures that we had shown, this is a prototype. So this is a production copy, but not a full, just one of these prototype type copies, not the final artwork. If you check out the Kickstarter page, you'll see some of the stuff. But I like already what I've seen so far. The guitar, of course, is going to be where you score all the points, right? Mm-hmm. So you're climbing up the frets. Not a bad idea. They've got lots of puns. I mean, if you're going to do a game with heavy metal bands or hard rock bands, you're going to have, lots of puns like Red Zeppelin instead of Led Zeppelin. So it's a French company. So I was able to get a translated copy of the rules, and it's two friends. They're, I think, school teachers, and they've decided to start producing games. And here's their pitch. They're going to make games heavy on the theme, but still attractive to family weight gamers. Sure, there's a lot of games with tons of theme that are all in that 3.5, way up there, mechanically pretty tough. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for the traditional Euro that's going to be in the 1s or 2s, like a Ticket to Ride, maybe a little bit more than a Ticket to Ride. And the pitch here in this game is that they've taken what is basically a family-friendly game and added programming. And I remember when I was writing the review, I was trying to think how many easy gateway family-friendly programming games there are. There are a few. I didn't think of some, but some people came back to me on Twitter. Eric, any easy to play programming games out there? If you were trying to teach somebody about programming, someone threw Colt Express out. Not a bad choice.
That's true. Yeah. Because I mean,
Robo Rally.
Yeah, that's the one that usually jumps to my mind. Robo Rally, Twin Tin Robots. But again, those are up there, and you can easily get thrown for a looper.
That's what tough. You're doing this one. So then I think what makes it easy, as opposed to Robo Rally, where people have to think spatially and they're programming all of their all of the different cards, and then you got to deal with the not entries. I forgot what it's called, but when you got to put the tokens down and it locks out some of your cards. There's a lot going on and a lot to think of. This one, it's all on a chart. It's a dry erase board, and you basically program your actions. My first action, I'm going to try to pick up a Viking meeple. My second action, I'm going to move my boat to a different part of the board. My third action, I'm going to try to pick up more Viking meeples. And all these meeples are crowd people. And the more people you get in your concert, the more points you're going to score, right? And then there's a little bit of take that where you can try to steal meeples from another person or try to sneak a look at what crowd members are going to be coming in on the next one. So as you can see, there's only 3 choices for each one. They're all nice and color-coded, and it's very simple. The board is well laid out. It's very easy to see exactly what you're doing. Each one, a different section of the board is where the meeples are going to be, and you can look right away and see there's blue meeples and orange meeples. Okay, I got to check off orange meeples or blue meeples on my sheet. So I think that if you like family weight games, if that's the kind of games you like to play, and your game group is okay with that, this is a good programming game with pretty cool art, with an interesting theme. And it makes, it actually looks pretty cool on the table. Yeah. And remember, this is an early copy. This is not a final version or anything like that. This is just a pre-production copy. So a prototype copy. The 4 corners of the board are where all of the meeples are going to come out. And so you're going to be sitting, now the boats are never going to be in the middle like that. That was just me setting up the game. You're going to move your boats around there. The tricky part, the player interaction comes in. If you see there's little icebergs there, there's one all the way at the bottom of the screen, and there's one at the top left of the screen. Those are either bridges to connect the two lands so you don't have to move your boat, or they either lock you in or keep you out from a certain section. So again, you're having a little bit of player interaction. I know that Eric needs a bunch of orange meeples this round. I'm going to put an ice block there to try to stop him from going. So it's got a little player interaction. It's got an easy rule set. It's got programming that's not too overwhelming. And I think it's going to have a good table presence. So that's RagnaRok Star. It's out on Kickstarter for a couple of more days. Lots of visual puns, lots of music references that people are going to see, and an easy to teach game. What do you think?
RagnaRok. I agree. Yeah, looks good.
Not bad at all.